Hi, I'm Annaliese. Many of you know me as an actor, dialect coach, screenwriter, but I also have been collecting and curating a vintage collection for the better part of my life now. I just want to share a little bit about my heart for that, why I love vintage clothes, why I love authenticity, and share with you some of my favorite pieces from my collection. So I got started collecting when I was around 13 years old. I had always been obsessed with history. I would carry around my little history textbooks with me wherever I went. I read a lot of those fictional diaries that you could get from the library about girls that lived during different wars or certain historical periods that were really important. Through all of this, I was praying almost every night that I would get sent to another decade or another century because I just felt like classic, I was born in the wrong century, born in the wrong decade. So much of that was my desire for adventure and to get to live an exciting life or a meaningful life or be part of history in some cool sense. And so when I was 13, one of my favorite artists at that time was Lana Del Rey. 13, 14, 15, that era. So this was like the 2010s. And Lana was at her peak. She was dressing in 1960s all the time and looking fabulous doing it. And I got really inspired. I said, that's what I want to look like. So I started learning how to tease my hair and do beehives and do the wings, which I did not do well at the time, but I did it nonetheless. And I told my mom I was going to get rid of my wardrobe, anything that wasn't vintage or historical, and replace it entirely with historical pieces. Like an incredible mom, she thought I was crazy, kind of doubted me, I think, but would take me thrift shopping or vintage shopping. I just began curating. By the time I got to university, it was just well known that this is how Annaliese dresses and what she does with her life. And so when I was part of the swing dancing club at my university, I started getting bags of clothes. I had one particular donor, a really dear friend of mine, and his mom's clothes just fit me perfectly, and I still wear her pieces to this day. And so I built up a big free collection of things. But I have curated a collection from the 1920s to now. Whereas I don't dress in vintage every single day now, I found that I really enjoy maximalist styling. I really like layering and playing with different periods of history. I used to be a real stickler. I used to wake up and go, what decade am I going to dress in today? Okay, if it's going to be the 1940s, what did they have pre-1940s that I can borrow from, but what was not around post that, and I can't use that at all. And I learned how to do my hair in so many of those styles, as you'll see on my page. Yeah, I became really good at and knowledgeable about historical clothing and how it works, how to style it, what's authentic, what's not. I'm a real stickler for authenticity. In the same way as a dialect coach as I am with clothing and fashion. So we like fabrics that are from the correct years. We need the zippers and buttons to be accurate. This piece that I'm wearing right now under my massive hair is from the 70s. It's actually a little dress, but yeah. And then this hat I found in Edinburgh. It is also from around the 60s and 70s. Now I'm going to show you some pieces that I'm really proud of. All right, so this first piece is from the 1920s. I found it in around Phoenix, Arizona, actually. It has some mending that I've done on the inside. It looks great for the era, the time, etc. I love this piece very much. This piece is a cape. It's probably from around the 1930s. As you can see, it has this really cute detail of the flower. It is velvet, it is mustard. I wish I had more events to wear this to. Obviously it doesn't keep you very warm, so it has to be somewhat warm, but we're thinking like autumn or fall, but it's an incredible piece. Another coat that I really love is this 1940s jacket coat from Germany. It is so impressive. It's another one of those that fits really nicely at the waist. It flares beautifully. It's got this green collar detail. The inside is so beautifully done with original tags and everything. I was gifted this jacket. If you can see the back, the seam along here, the pocket detail. I don't know if you can see that because it's black, but it's stunning. This stunning dress needs some TLC. as I have worn it a lot. She is 1950s, early 1950s original. The beautiful peachy fabric, have the cinched waist and the bust, and it falls off the shoulder a little bit with a nice full skirt. It also has a belt, which I'll have to hunt for, but a nice, beautiful, almost like cummerbund kind of, that goes around the center. This suit is also a big deal. It was one of my first big 1940s purchases that I spent some money on. She is 1940s, heavy duty fabric, incredible condition. Now, this dress was a really fun find. Look at this 1970s, gorgeous, in perfect shape, beautiful condition. I still haven't found the perfect event to wear it for because she's loud. You have to be okay with being looked at. So you can't wear it to someone's wedding or baby shower, any of those good spring events, because you might be the center of attention if you wear this dress. I have a lot of purses. I have a purse collecting problem. This piece, I was told, I'll get a little closer, is 1920s. It's like beaded. It's a beaded purse with this incredible metal engraved top. She's in great condition. I mean, the inside needs some TLC, but the fact that this is still looking the way it does, it's a special, special bag. I love the flower details. Very cool. This sweet hat I actually saw multiple times over and over again at this antique store hanging up on the wall, and I said, no, I'm not gonna buy it this time. I'm not gonna buy it this time. And I came back months later and it was still there. And I said, if it's still there, I'm gonna buy it. Look at that brooch. It's incredible. She has original tags. It is an incredible piece. I'm so glad I got it. Thank you so much for watching and learning a little bit about my collection with me. I just love bringing history to life through fashion, through dialects, and I love expressing myself uniquely. It is my heart that everyone would find their unique way of styling themselves. There's no right or wrong way, but to be yourself, to know who you are, and to bring something new and fresh to the world is a beautiful gift from God.